Today, we're going to be rating physiques on our aesthetic scale from 1 to 10. Basically, when we're rating physiques, we're optimizing for aesthetics. We're not bodybuilders, we're not IFBB pros that are optimizing to be as big as possible. We're looking to build a physique that gets the best real world results. Yeah, we've done thousands of physiques by now. We are the guys that unfortunately have to rate other men's physiques publicly on the internet. So the first physique we can see here, this is absolutely ridiculous, man. Let's just look at the body fat percentage. What are we saying? Is this 8? 7%? 7-8%. It's hard to tell at this point. Point is extremely lean, and he's also extremely vascular. Like, I know he's lean, but even some guys never get veins like this. Yeah, this is absolutely diced. At this size, I doubt he was prepping for a bodybuilding competition. Maybe he just wanted to see how diced he could get. I don't think anyone can maintain this year round. This is the type of condition you get into peak cut. At the end of your cut, you know, you just want to see how lean you can get, but I doubt, well, there's not a lot of people that could actually hold on to this amount of body fat. Most people would start to feel very lethargic, lack of energy, poor sleep, brain fog, all of the above. And if you're natural, your testosterone would have tanked. I doubt you could get it up at this body fat if you're trying to maintain it for any longer than a week. So what are we actually giving this as an aesthetics rating? It doesn't say how long he's been training for. I assume he could be natural. There's a possibility he also couldn't be natural. I think it's a very good possibility he is. He's not holding on to a huge amount of muscle mass. Obviously, phenomenal physique, you know, top 1% of all physiques. Almost no one gets this lean in their lifetime. Maybe a 7.5 to an 8. I'd actually say he's almost a little bit too lean if you're looking at like female gaze and female appeal. Yeah, this is probably right after a pump though, so he probably doesn't usually look like this walking around. Holy waist pill. Okay, it is pretty much over for this guy. The interesting thing about
I
this,
think you're saying it's over, but
it's not
with
over.
a beautiful wife.
Yeah, okay. It's a great physique, okay? If you just look at it through a normal person's lens, but people who know that, yeah, this is very unfortunate. However, I actually think this is just purely from incorrect training and like doing high rocks and things like that. We saw a similar physique in the last video. Overdeveloped obliques. I don't actually think it's a structural issue. I don't think it's his bones necessarily. Yeah, this is simply just a massive midsection in terms of the muscle on the side here, because you can actually see how big his obliques are from the distance of the outside of his abs to the outside of his body. There's just so much space there that is creating this blocky look. And if you just quickly look at it, if this was sucked in, how much better this physique would look. And whenever I've mentioned in the past that some guys do need to avoid training obliques, I get flamed in the comments like, no, you should train your core needs to be strong. Obviously your core needs to be strong. It's a muscle group at the end of the day, but if you look like this guy, I wouldn't be touching my obliques at all. Without this problem, he'd be at 7.5. With this problem, a 5. I'd have to give it a 5.5 just purely for muscle mass. Once again, he's still going to get girls with this physique. He's going to do absolutely fine. I mean, he's in incredible shape. He looks to be like mid-40s. So if you're in this shape, regardless, yeah, it's very impressive, but we are very harsh critics, obviously. Rate my physique 6 foot, 190 pounds, 30 years old. So there is not a physique here. Yeah, this is a terrible physique. No muscle mass, really. It's mostly just fat. This is like a skinny fat physique, and then people will ask us, do I cut? Do I main gain? Do I bulk? Either way, you're not going to get a good result, but you have to do it. If you cut, you're going to end up skinny. And if you bulk, you're going to get fatter. So I would say cut first. Either that or rinse out your newbie gains and go on a recomposition phase where you can maybe put on muscle and lose fat at the same time. But I'd say you're too high body fat for that. I think this guy just needs to cut, get skinny first, and then build muscle on that. Yeah, 100%. Needs to get into a cut and then bulk. Very simple. There's nothing really structurally wrong with his physique that we can see. You wouldn't even be able to see it unless he gets lean and then it really reveals itself. Yeah, so all around I'd have to give it like 3.5. 3.5, yeah, maybe a 4 because he's not like morbidly obese or anything. I mean, he's going to look fine in a shirt. This is what this guy would look like when he cuts. And this guy's actually further ahead of this guy because this guy can just get straight to a gaining phase and put on muscle, right? He's lean, but he also has no muscle. So he's got one problem. This guy had both problems. The only thing that other guys got, if we just go back, is maybe the chest. Maybe this guy has a little bit of muscle in his chest. But you'd be surprised, guys, how little muscle mass you actually have when you cut down. And this is why a lot of guys are scared to cut. And it's because you know deep down, you are small. Okay, and all the glycogen stores and everything is making you look more bubbly and bigger than you actually are. Yeah, this is becoming an increasingly obvious problem with not just our audience, but in the fitness industry in general, is guys are scared to cut. It's like a fear thing where people think they're going to look small when they cut, and that's just because you are small. But
what are you going to do? Get fatter? Only this guy can go on a bulk because he's already, what's this, like 10% body fat? He's lean as fuck.
Yeah, he's like 10%, realistically, or maybe even less. Same with Daka that we're transforming right now. He was already at like 10% body fat. He can go straight into a bulk. He can put on mass straight away. If he was fat, I'd have him cutting first, obviously.
Yeah, because you can put on muscle from 20% body fat, but then what? You're still 20% body fat.
And you got to strip it off anyway.
So yeah, I'd rate this guy's physique 4.
Nah, he's a bit too skinny, man. That's a 3 for sure.
Yeah, 3.5 maybe.
Starting a bulk. Do I have potential for elite aesthetics by next summer? You're already at elite aesthetics, bro, to be honest.
This is body dysmorphia. Like, this guy probably has the same image of himself as the other two guys we just looked at. But this is an elite physique. Like, there's no weak points here. The waist is extremely thin. Nice dugout abs, slightly asymmetrical. It's not really a big deal. The chest, great insertions there, squared off. Delts, arms. I mean, this is the max appeal physique. This is like the type of physique we always talk about.
Yeah, maybe you could have like a touch more muscle mass, but you're kind of just going for novelty points. And like fitness is an ever improving endeavor, right? So yeah, the only thing you really could do is just maybe try to pack on a bit more size, fill out some of the weak areas, if you had any. Super just visually appealing. I'd have to give this like a 7.5 to an 8, maybe an 8.
Was it easily an 8?
Yeah,
8.5. Because what are you going to fault apart from the asymmetrical abs?
Yeah, nothing really. Yeah, very hard to fault. Okay, 6'6" guy, Mogs 5'11".
This is fucking brutal. Like, why would you do this to your friends? He knew exactly what he was doing throwing this post up. 6'6", absolutely jacked, shredded, perfect symmetry. Like, this is the guy that bullies you in high school.
I don't know where they found this photo of me, but you know, I haven't seen it before.
This is bullying.
This is bullying. Yeah, this is elite level physique, elite level height. It looks like he's got his face card in check as well.
This guy's arms actually do look like they're brought up more than the other guys, which I think is even a good thing, because in a shirt, this guy would mog as well. Yes.
Oh, okay. It's him as well.
Oh, fuck you, man.
And like, look at the face card as well,
bro, this guy, bro. Fuck off, man. Fuck off. What is that, gun? Oh my god.
Yeah, so what this guy needs to do right now is build a personal brand. He needs to build a following online and then monetize that audience. And then he'll be rich as well. Okay, and it won't be hard for him to do, trust me, guys.
Alright, so, rate my physique 35, 213 pounds, 5'11". So this is like the testosterone goblin physique. I mean, I know, like, this is a naturally attainable physique. He's been working out for the last 16 years.
16 years. Maybe he's natural.
That actually does make me think that this is natural. I know I should lose some fat around the belly. So yeah, I mean, that's spot on.
The back looks really good.
Yeah, he's holding tons of muscle mass under the fat. Because this guy's probably like 19, 20% body fat.
So yeah, for 35 years old, this is a great physique. All he has to do really now is just cut off the body fat, and he's got a phenomenal physique. He's got the muscle mass there. And then really, you don't really know exactly what to bring up, what areas to focus on the next bulk, until you're lean and those areas really reveal themselves.
Alright, so I might just give this like a 6. I think the older women would like this more. Help with my physique, 6 foot, 88 kilos at 33 years old. So I just wanted to bring this one up because he says, what body parts do I need to work on? That's his first question. And this is the problem. That's not what you need to work on. There's no body part you need to focus on. Like, how do you even know what you need to focus on when you have such a lack of muscle mass and such an abundance of body fat?
You just don't know. Like, some guys will lean down and then you realize they've got a fucking tiny waist and they're just holding a bunch of fat there. Or they might lean down and realize, holy shit, your delts are tiny. You don't really know until it reveals itself. Clear your mind. If you are over 20% body fat, fuck it. If you're over 17% body fat, I mandate you to cut down. I don't care. It's unhealthy. Cut down.
Because I know it's fun to focus on the training and which body parts you need to do. That's the fun part of it. The part that's not fun is dieting. Dieting's not fun. You're hungry, you're lethargic, and you love food. I get it. But if we want to actually see results, fuck all people in the gym ever actually see the results they really want. You need to do the hard things like cut down.
And with dieting, it's simply just a knowledge issue. There's a knowledge gap. You don't do your studying. We've made it so incredibly simple because we've been through the phases of dirty bulking and cutting, losing all the muscle mass. We've been through fucking hell. That's why we put it all inside of the school group for you guys. Okay, it's the first link in the description. It is cheaper than any other fitness product anyone's selling with the amount of value that's in there. It's responsible for over 300 plus transformations. You can click that link right there. You don't even have to join. You can just go inside and look at all the transformations. It's truly inspiring, and I'm so proud of you guys that are in there already making insane transformations. Not only that, but you can literally talk to us one-on-one as professional fitness coaches. It's what we do for jobs, so we can really help you out. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.